All right, folks, welcome back to the show. It is HMW Sports Talk Live. This is Black History Month. And during the break, we just confirmed from President Barack Obama, we're going to be adding 3 more days to the month because we want my man, Patrick Truesdale from SRU
Yeah.
Recruiting to be all right. Nate Griffin from Sports Radio 610 and
I'm
the
having a
color
blast.
commentator for Rice Halls is also in studio. And of course, very special guest today, Duane Brown, Houston, Texas left tackle. And very, very glad to have Duane in the studio today. Can't tell you how grateful we are that he made the trip. Before we went to the break, we talked a little bit about Wade Phillips' appearance on Sports Radio 610 earlier this week with Nick Wright and John Lopez. And Wade Smith commented that when he met with the McNairs, he mentioned to them that he thought that they should take Johnny Manziel. And I'm pretty sure there was probably some more legs to that conversation, but he didn't elaborate on that. And then he jokingly said, well, and now I'm sitting here, meaning he was fired. But your thoughts on Wade's comments and just your general thoughts on, let's just talk about these top 3 guys, Johnny Manziel, Blake Bortles, and of course Teddy Bridgewater. I'm pretty sure by now you've heard it ad nauseum like everybody else, and I would imagine being that you'll be probably protecting, if not one of those 3 guys, somebody new in the backfield this year. Your thoughts?
Think all have a load of talent. I honestly didn't get to watch any of them until the end of the season. I mean, I watched Johnny Manziel a few times because this is Houston and he's A&M guy, so you kind of got to watch him. I didn't get a chance to watch Bridgewater until his last bowl game. And I saw same thing with Bortles. I think all have a lot of talent. They all bring something different to the table. Manziel is the most exciting player to watch in college football. You know what I mean? And has a big time arm, can extend plays, can make plays with his legs. Bridgewater, very, very accurate passer. Same thing with Bortles. And Bortles, I think he's the biggest of the 3, right?
Yeah. Well, he's
So,
listed 6'4", which means he'll probably measure a tad under that
yeah.
if he
So,
stays true to what we normally see.
I mean, if we happen to get any one of those guys, I think it'll help us out a lot, and we'll be successful, But it's hard to tell.
Let me ask this question, Duane. You playing the most important position on offensive line, certainly, which most of the time is going to be the quarterback's blind side, with most of our quarterbacks in the league being right-handed quarterbacks. You could easily argue that your position is the second most important position, period, on a football team. You can easily make that argument. If the quarterback's the most important, the guy protecting his blind side, in my logic, is right up there. What model of quarterback makes life easier for you to be in sync with?
I don't have a problem with guys that run the ball as long as they know where to run. Sometimes guys that like to just, hold on to it and juke around in the backfield and make guys miss and then take off, it can get you in trouble as a left tackle because you don't know where they're going to be. When you have a pocket where you're setting up, you can always mirror your guy and take him where you want him to go. When you don't know where that guy is back there, the guy you're blocking kind of has an advantage because he can see him and he knows, and you're just reacting off of his movements. So a pocket passer it's probably the ideal sometimes, but a guy that can take off and run and make defense respect it can sometimes be an advantage for us as well because it makes that defensive end stay disciplined and know that he can't just run up the field as fast as he wants because he has to keep that contained. So it's it works both ways depending on depending on who the guy is back there.
Um, for the Texans going forward, in your view, and I expect your answer to be as true as it could be because you have a unique situation, whereas your tenure with the Texans being drafted in 2008, and you also have played 90 games, started 90 games. You had missed, 6 games in your career, and only 2 of those the injury. For the makeup of what you're working with, the core makeup of this team that that exists with the Texans, and regardless of what cuts are going to be made, free agent signings are going to be made, who's going to be drafted, the core of this team is going to be what it is. probably with the exception of Matt Schaub. Okay, and so for the sake of my argument, we're going to assume Matt Schaub is not going to be here. What what type what type of personality is necessary at quarterback do you think to have the best effect on this team going forward, based on your earlier answer of what a team lost it back mentally last year? Because clearly that leadership didn't come from the quarterback position to get you guys back on track. So what type of mental set is going to be necessary from that position?
Someone that's extremely mentally tough, someone that's a natural leader, somebody that's very confident in their ability as well as our ability, as the players around them, and someone that's kind of vocal. You know what I mean? You have to be kind of vocal at that position. The kind of team we have a couple guys on offense, but the best player on our offense is probably someone that you can barely hear 3 words from.
Right.
When Dre decides to talk, everybody listens, but rarely does he say anything.
Yeah.
Arian is someone who can get pretty vocal at times, but he wasn't there with us a majority of the season. And at that position, when you get down, you're behind, and you have to go down and have a drive.
I'm sorry.
You gotta have somebody that's vocal and can rally the troops.
And that didn't come from Matt Schaub. Clearly, that didn't come from Matt Schaub.
Just can't play.
I'm just thinking about what Duane just said.
I can't.
You don't have to say it. We'll say it for you. It didn't come from that position. Now, Arian, I can just see it now. If y'all piss Arian off, you gonna do me like that, dog?
Yeah.
You gonna come to my house, dog, and lose like this? Okay, I just had to get that out. Nate, sitting here listen to this man talk, and candid with respect to his teammates, but being candid and what we think we know about the personality of the team from our observations, and we closer than most, fans, but we're not in the meeting rooms. We by the time we get in the locker room, they done said the real stuff already. It's the same question. But I'm actually in terms of Manziel, Bortles, and Bridgewater, because could a Johnny Manziel walk into a Texans locker room and get this guy's respect, in your view?
You know what? I don't know. Johnny had to prepare for him because Rice did play Texas A&M, but I got to tell you, I don't know if he can. Now, he may have a different relationship with the players than he does with everybody else, because the media portrays one thing. However, the players know something else, and I don't know if you need to go to a break or not, but the players know something else. Yeah. Now, Duane Brown's going to respect his abilities to play the football game. Now, whether or not he respects him as a person, that will take time, because Johnny's going to have to grow as a person. Yeah. Because remember, he's still a college guy, so he's going to have to grow as a person. But when you look at a guy like Blake Bortles, absolutely. Yeah. When you look at a guy like a Blake Bortles, and I got a bone to pick on that too, because you can't run around like that, elude tackles, be able to make all those plays even until the fourth quarter, and not have a good work ethic. You got to be in shape.
No doubt. Okay, we gotta jump out of here, guys. We appreciate Duane and your time today, my brother. Definitely. I know that you would prefer the Texans just draft a black quarterback.
Not a backyard quarterback.
All right, man. HMW Sports Talk Live, man. We up out of here.